This is another episode of Talks with Tyler ISD, a podcast about the passionate people who have a heart for students. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Talks with Tyler ISD. I'm your host, Jennifer Hines, and joining us today is the new principal at Dr. Brian C. Jack Elementary School, Caitlin Jiral, and we are so excited to have you with us. Congratulations on your new leadership role.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, where you're from, that sort of thing.
Okay. So I grew up in Brownsboro, Texas, just right down the road. Graduated from Brownsboro and then went to Texas Tech.
Okay.
After Tech, graduated with an education degree and then got my first job teaching in Midland.
Okay.
I lived in Midland for a few years and then I came back to Tyler. I've been in Tyler for 10 years now.
Okay, a whole decade.
Yes, it's been great being here. So Miss Jones at Andy Woods called me and said, would you like to come in for an interview? And I've been at Woods ever since.
Okay. So you taught there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so what did you teach before? I know you moved up to assistant principal, where you've been for quite a while. Tell us what all you taught.
I taught kindergarten for several years, and then Andy Woods opened the second tuition pre-K classroom.
Okay.
So I opened up the pre-K classroom, and then I taught fourth grade to get some STAR experience, and I did that for 2 years, and then the assistant principal position came available. So I got that role.
Yes, and
Yes.
so that your kind of journey at Andy Woods really has shaped your leadership skills and your style and all of that. Talk to us about that. I know you had a lot of support.
So I will say Andy Woods was a very special place to learn how to be a good leader. Miss Jones definitely taught me how to be firm, how to have teachers' backs, how to work with students and push them to get the greatest potential that you can, and how to support families. It's all a teamwork. So I had a wonderful admin team, and I've worked with wonderful teachers at Woods.
Oh, I love it. So tell us a little bit about your leadership style. I'm sure you took all of those nuggets and, made it your own.
Yes. So leadership, I think, is not having to have all the answers. It's about truly having trust and respect with everybody you work with. So it is listening. It is truly not having to come up with the answer right away. It is, let's figure out a problem, or let's hear the problem and let's figure out a solution and what is best for students. That is always what I'm going to go back to, is what is best for the kiddos. Yeah,
and I know you have kind of the philosophy, if it's not good for my daughter, it's not good for all of the students. So
100%.
That's always a good mindset there. Tell us a little bit about what you are looking forward to the most during this school year.
So multiple things. I'm so excited to be at Jack. Everybody that I've met has been more than welcoming. I've met with teachers. I did that right whenever I got hired. So I had some one-on-one conversations and then met with teams as well. So I'm excited to continue building those relationships with the teachers. And I'm so excited for the students to be on campus and to just see how they're learning and what the traditions are and anything that I can do to make Jack, more successful as it already is.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit, we're in the school year already. Your first 100 days, what are your goals? Because, again, I know you're learning all the things, the community and all of that. What are your goals for those first 100 days?
So I do think the first 100 days are very important because you're setting the tone for the year. I'm setting my expectations, and I'm also getting to know everybody. I want to know families, students, teachers, and if there is a problem that needs to be addressed, let's talk about it. Within the first 100 days and continuing through the school year, my door is always open. Communication is very important to me because it takes a team to make a successful year.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about what your favorite part of supporting teachers is and what you do to go about that. So
as a leader, like I said, you don't have to have all the answers. My job as a leader is to take off a lot of stress so that the teachers can do their job. Their job is to be in the classroom and to do their very best all day. So what can I do to make their job easier? So it's listening, it's being proactive and making sure that I'm looking at the next step, but always keeping that big picture in mind, making sure that they've got the resources they need, making sure that I've cut out things that aren't that important so that they can do their job.
Absolutely. Well, what about with the students? How do you like to interact with them?
Be around.
Yeah.
100%. I love all grade levels, and I love just walking into the room. I don't want to walk in and them say, who's that?
Right.
Then I'm not doing my job.
Yeah.
They need to know who I am, and they need to know who I am, not just doing an appraisal system.
Right.
It's truly just being around and making sure that I'm visible and that I am me all the time.
Oh, I love that. Being present, super important for the students. What about your theme or motto? Do you have any sort of thing that y'all are focusing on for the year?
What's best for students?
Yeah.
So I know that's very simple, but
sometimes simple is best. Sometimes simple is exactly what you need.
Yes. So my little one, Leslie, will be in kindergarten. And I mean this as a true standard. If it's not good enough for Leslie, then it's not good enough for anybody on campus. So it's getting back to the very beginning. It's getting back to Leader and Me, because we've had some new teachers come since Leader and Me was adopted. So it's falling back in love with that. It's making sure that everybody's got what they need so that we can move our school to the next level.
And so for those that are listening, Leader and Me, great program. We do have it district-wide, but Jack really stands out. Legacy status, like one of a handful in the world to get that. And of course, that's based off of Franklin Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, but this is the kid version, and I love it because it really does, and I can say this because I've had 3 kids go through Jack, it really does put the leadership on them, and it's really neat to see the students grow and take ownership of whether it's their academics or their behavior or their how they're expressing emotions, like all the things. It touches all the points, and it's such a great program. Tell us a little bit more about new possibilities. I mean, new year, new possibilities. Is there anything that you're looking forward to implementing or continuing that is close to your heart?
So Leader and Me is close to my heart. We did Leader and Me at Andy Woods. So it's making sure that students are able to do those leadership notebooks. And I want parents on campus. Now that parents aren't able to walk in, we're going to do student-led conferences. We're looking at doing one in the fall and one in the spring. And that way students can own what they're doing and have parents on campus.
I love that. What about, let's talk about the community, and you just talked about bringing parents in. How do you plan to engage with the community and those that, whether they are around the school or they have kids in the school, that sort of thing?
So I've actually talked with the pastor, Mr. Doyle at Southside, and he is going to provide breakfast for our teachers, and he's stocking the fridge so that teachers
huge.
have
That's
what they
huge.
need. Sometimes you just need to run and go get a soda.
Right.
So having those partnerships within the community, not just a parent, but somebody that our campus can rely on as well, and share the wonderful things that are going on. Pre-K, we added a new pre-K classroom, so now it's
huge.
3. So it's having 60 plus kindergarten or pre-K babies that are able to have their families come on campus to see all the exciting things. So as my first year, it's learning what Jack needs and if we need to implement any more activities, but just parents are welcome. We love having them on campus.
Yeah, don't forget to sign up for the PTA. That's huge.
PTA is wonderful.
Wonderful thing.
They have been nothing but wonderful since I've been in this position.
Love it. Well, is there anything that we haven't covered or that you would like to share, or maybe a thought that somebody can walk away from listening to this podcast with?
I'm so happy to be at Jack. I'm happy to take what I've learned at Andy Woods and pull it over to Jack. The teachers, the staff, the parents that I've met have been fantastic, and I think that Jack is a special place to be. Jack it's a privilege to be there, and I want anybody that's walking through those doors to know that it's a privilege, and we are going to do what's best for kiddos, period. That's it.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Katie. And thank you for checking out this latest episode of Talks with Tyler ISD. If you would like to learn more about all things Tyler ISD, you can subscribe to our newsletter by going to get.tylerisd.news. Subscribe to Talks with Tyler ISD on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. Please share this episode with your friends and family.